happening? Turbo Toys here, but you can call me Turbo, and today
That's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's gotta be Kane. And as we continue to look at the WWE Mattel Retro Series 2, next up, it's the devil's favourite demon, the Big Red Machine. It's Kane. One of the greatest characters, not only in the Attitude Era, but wrestling history. Now this figure looks like it's geared towards what he wore on his debut at Bad Blood. So let's hope this figure is fire. So just like the other 5 in the set, this is a great representation of a late 90s Attitude Era Kane. So let's take him off the card, we're going to put him onto the stand, and let's see what we're dealing with. So my first thoughts, I really like what Mattel have done with this one. Dare I say, potentially my favourite one so far. I only see one problem straight away with this figure, but like the others, it's a bit nitpicking. It don't really bother me that much. As we break this figure down, his head scan is fine. It's another cartoonified version of the Mattel line. The face looks a little more squashed, but a good representation of the mask. The different colour eyes are good, and the hair sculpt works. You're going to get no complaints from me. And as we move on to the upper body part of his jumpsuit, pretty much everything's there. I would have liked to have seen the little silver studs around the attire painted, but I understand that these figures are really stripped back in their details, especially to have them little silver details on the gloves, but again, it's not a train wreck. Right, so with the lowers, because they haven't added the flame details going up the sides, I think it would have benefited with like a belt design painted around his waist. I mean, it's just my opinion, but the legs are just a bit too plain. And then to finish off, we've got a pair of standard black boots. Now all in all, it's not really a bad looking figure. Now moving on to the articulation, we have 4 points of articulation. Starting off with a head scan. You can move this 360 degrees, but it is hard to move with the hair. Both the arms can move, but you are restricted by the action. This figure also has a 360 degree waist rotation, and unfortunately, despite the cut on the boot, there's no rotation there. And as for the authentic superstar move, it's the tombstone, but to be honest, there ain't much range for this sort of gorilla press style action. So we're going to bring in the dead man to see how he scales up with a Hasbro figure. And I think the Brothers of Destruction scale up really well with one another. And then we'll see how this Kane figure will look if you want to display him with your Hasbro collection. Fire. And as we move on to my final thoughts on this figure, I really like this Kane, despite the fact that he seems to be missing quite a lot when you look at it. And like I said before, like little details on the glove would make it really stand out. Maybe the flame design for the tights, but even doing something just simple for the waist. I was just playing around and I did a little leather strap on him just to see how it would look, and I really love the separation between the top and the bottom of this figure. But I think it's the perfect first Kane to do for the retros, would you agree? We've seen that Isaac Yankem retro, but what other attires would you like to see of Kane's in this retro line? But as we've walked through Hellfire and Brimstone with this WWE Mattel Retro Kane, and that's going to do it for this one.
So if you enjoyed what you see, then please be sure to give this video a like, comment and subscribe. Why not tickle that little notification bell and come and join me on all the other socials at Turbo Toys. And until that next video, I will see ya when I see ya.